Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Chitranjan, and let me introduce myself because there are one person new who joined today. His name is Santoraj. So hi everyone. My name is Chitranjan, and I am a career consultant of CLINIASSURE LLP, the Clinical Research Training and Consulting firm. So let me introduce myself in terms of professional skills and expertise. So I have total almost 6 year experience in clinical research, project management, electronic trial master file, and also having some experience in consulting the clients and all. And apart from this, the mentoring and consulting to the student and career aspiring minds is almost 9 years as of now. So this is something about myself, and this session is scheduled for you people for domain electronic trial master file, the basic understanding, and then let me introduce my colleague, Parinita Sharma. Currently, she is Muscat-based, and she is also having experience of almost 6 years in clinical research and analytics and research and development firms. And currently, she is the program manager for this firm, CLINIASSURE. So today session related to eTMF. Before going ahead with the session, I would like you all to introduce with very brief, basically Santosh you and Mrunal you. So after that, because Nidhi and Risu is not taking this session from last 2 weeks for different domain like clinical operation and other domain like CTM and all. So Mrunal and Santoraj, if you introduce very brief, then it will be great to understand your point of view with others, and then we can start with. Okay?
Hello.
Yeah, Santosh. Yeah,
Is
Santoraj.
it?
Yeah.
Hi. Hi, everyone. This is my Sankaraj. I have 3 year experience in clinical research coordinator and 1 year for as a eTMF process. I mean, electronic trimester files.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi, Nidhi Alsuwar. I'm a physiotherapist, and now I'm looking at change in the clinical trials.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello? Hello?
Yes. Yeah,
Uh,
Mrunal. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, this is Mrinal Taude. I have done my bachelor's in biochemistry and chemistry. I've worked as a clinical data analyst in ICAS Healthcare and currently working as a medical coder in GABS Healthcare, and I'm pursuing post-graduation diploma in clinical research.
Okay. Thank you, Mrunal. Okay. Yeah, Rishu, you also want to introduce? Then you can introduce. Hello. Yeah, Rishu, go ahead. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, Rishu, go ahead. We are able to hear you. Yes. We
I
can
think
hear
he
you.
is not able to hear us. Rishu, we can hear you. You can go ahead.
Please mute. Uh, please unmute yourself and then speak. Okay, leave. Okay, might be there are some technical issue. I'm not sure. Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah. So hello everyone. Let me share my screen. Are you able to share my? Are you able to see my screen now?
Yes, yes,
Yes,
Yes,
yes,
sir.
Chittaranjan.
Ranjan.
Yes.
Okay. So today is last day of second week of International Clinical Trials Day 2020. First of all, I would like to congratulate all of you who are working in clinical research domain or who are wanted to work in clinical research domain, who are aspiring minds to work with this domain, this industry. Then that's good for you all because this is a booming industry. So I congratulate for all of you to choose this industry to work with. This is one of the notes in industry to work with because we directly deal with the patient life. So yeah, so this is what clinical research industry is. So today's session is related to eTMF. eTMF. Any idea what is eTMF? Anyone?
Yeah, this is the electronic trial master file.
Okay.
Yeah.
Apart from this,
Um,
anyone?
Means the paper CRF converted into electronic format. Source format is converted into electronic.
No, okay, you are correct only, but here we are not going to use term CRF. CRF is more and less related to clinical data management. But whatever you said, that paper documents will convert into electronic format, that is correct. But CRF is related to clinical data management. Okay,
Data
that is
management.
case
Okay,
report forms. Okay,
okay,
yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah. Okay, no problem. But your understanding was correct only. Thank you. Uh, okay, anyone? Okay, so by first of all, before starting with the basic, because see what we do whenever we start any session throughout the our program, we start with the basic of clinical research. Okay, then we can try to interlink all those domain with the clinical research basic. If you don't know the basic of clinical research, it's very tough to understand the like any industry of verticals and horizontal of clinical research, like CDM or pharmacovigilance or regulatory authority, regulatory affairs, or like a regulatory submission, and even document management eTMF. So first of all, by seeing this picture, what you understand why we have written here eTMF the ocean, because eTMF is like ocean only. When you go deep and deep, you will learn more and more. Okay, it's nothing like something no, you go ahead and read, okay, this is the eTMF, this is essential document, this I have to work this much only. Okay, it's nothing like that. Okay, because eTMF is huge industry, and it's like ocean. Whenever you go deep dive, then we learn more and more. After 6 years of experience in core eTMF and other domain, whenever I read now also, I also learn many things on daily basis whenever I read. So eTMF is something we can't say, okay, this is the only eTMF, and after this nothing is there. It's not, nothing like that. Okay, so by seeing this picture and by name, the ocean means it's a huge term, and there is unlimited things to learn in terms of eTMF. Okay, so basically the agenda of today's session is something related to eTMF. Basically, we'll start with the clinical research introductions and background, not more in detail, but yes, a little bit. After that, ICH E6, which is GCP, and then information record and information management in nothing but eTMF. That is also called RIM. And after that, what is TMF, eTMF? Then essential document for conduct of any clinical trials, and then DIA, Drug Information Association, and their purposes and their reference model implementation in eTMF. Then why eTMF is required, and what is all the eTMF and their wings. Okay, wings like whatever the software they are no industry are using in terms of eTMF, and there are different organizations are using different eTMF software or database by which we convert the paper document into electronic format, and everything is going to be digitalized. So what all the wings and what all the database is there available in the market comparatively, and we'll see like which organization are using which database. Okay, so this is the today's agenda. Okay, so basically, as per the agenda, today is okay. As per agenda, the first no line of agenda is clinical research introduction and background. Who will let us know what is all the clinical research and what is the requirement of clinical research, clinical trials, and what is all the phases, and why we are so focusing on a clinical trial even in current situation, as you know, avid no COVID-19 is there and entire world are looking for clinical trials and no drug development or vaccine development. Why it is required? So any idea about clinical research or the phases and anything about clinical research? Any idea? Anyone? Not in detail, but yes, brief.
Clinical research, basically we are just find out a any medicine device equipment anything for the proper that it investigation stages to for the safety purpose and for the useful benefits, safety and benefits should be considered there. So we just pass out the many phases and find out a perfect things to be implement on the patients or get the results for a particular thing.
Get the result or what? This is not appropriate word if you're talking about clinical research. Okay, result for what? In last session, if you remember, we had discussed more about on clinical research outcome and endpoint. Okay, so here, like result means safety and effectiveness, right? So whenever you talk about clinical trials or drug development, entire industry, even in current situation of coronavirus COVID-19, everyone is talking about the vaccine safety, whether that is safe for people or not. Okay, so in Moderna company there who are started clinical trial on vaccine and their result is so promising. Okay, but at the same time, how they are going to launch the medicine or drugs or vaccine into the market, and how they are going to ensure that this is the safe and the result is safe for any human body, for any humankind, or that is effective, and how they ensure that okay, suppose I am going to get vaccinated, corona COVID-19 vaccinated, and after that how that vaccine will no ensure that okay, once I'll get vaccinated, after that this no virus will not impact me. Okay, so there are lots of clinical trials and data analysis and data no will play with the data, and that is nothing but the human data, the patient data. Okay, so there are lots of work behind any such drugs development or any such vaccine or any medicine development, and that's what the clinical research industry is so novel industry where we deal with the patient life, as I said. Okay, so that is we have to understand the term safety and efficacy. Okay, safety means how much any drugs, vaccine, or any medicine are safe toward any human body, any humankind. Whenever they take medicine, it must be so the safety or effectiveness. That is called efficacy. So degree of effectiveness is called efficacy. Must you have to remember this. Degree of effectiveness means how much the drugs or vaccine is effective towards any humankind. Suppose usually we go outside and take over the counter drug, OTC drugs. Okay, I have headache or any body ache or body pain. Okay, Combiflam or Dolo 650. Okay, so how you ensure that okay, this medicine will work to me, because the already clinical trial is already happened with the large population, and their safety data or effectiveness data, efficacy data is already available in the market, and the regulatory body already no approved. Okay, any human body can use this medicine for the body pain or body ache. Okay, that's what, without any doctor consultation, we usually go and take the Dolo 650 or any Combiflam paracetamol for the our problem like body ache or headache. So that is what clinical trial industry is. Okay, understanding? Any question now?
Not
So this is something related to background of the clinical research. So before okay, so after that here we have bifurcated the basic clinical research things. Okay, so phases of clinical trials. You people are able to see my screen, right?
yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so here phases of clinical trial uh, start with the microdosing phase. We will not go and no deep and deep and deep to understand each everything, because if you go deep, for only this clinical trial, then we'll not understand the eTMF kind of thing, because this is also lengthy. Okay, so this is basically the outline. So microdosing phase, where we know start the clinical trial, then phase 1 will be there, that is called human pharmacology, where we have to check the PK/PD value of the any medicine, that is pharmacokinetics and dynamics. And then phase 2 will be there, that is called therapeutic exploratory phase. And then phase 3A, that is therapeutic confirmatory phase. And after phase 3, whatever the data we have collected till phase 3A from zero phase, we need to submit those data to the regulatory bodies. So that is called phase 3B, and that is also called regulatory submission phase. So that is the phase 3B. Once the regulatory submission phase of regulatory body approves the data, whatever data we have submitted, and then they okay us, okay, you can go ahead and launch the drugs in the market, launch the vaccine to the market, and that is called post-marketing surveillance. But here one trick is there: if regulatory body or regulatory no according to regulatory guideline or regulatory body is not approving your data, suppose in 3B, whenever you submit data and they are not approving them, then what will happen? You have to start a clinical trial again, but not from phase 0 or 1 or 2. You have to start your clinical trials again from phase 3, that is called therapeutic confirmatory phase. Okay, and that is something around 1000 to 5000 and sometimes 10,000 people will be participants in phase 3 clinical trials, and that is almost around 1 to 3 years, 4 years, depending upon the patient and their primary outcome or secondary outcome, and how many center are involved in the phase 3 trials. It depends on that, but it ranges from 1 year to 3 year, 4 year, 5 years. Okay, so and that almost 1000 to 5000 to 10,000 people will be participating in the phase 3. Once they have done with the phase 3, that is therapeutic confirmatory phase, then they again submit the data to the regulatory body, and then they get approval from them. Okay, now your data is okay, there is no non-compliance with the data, and there is no issue with any data, then you can go ahead with the post-marketing surveillance, that is drugs launching. So drugs gets launched after that. After that, sponsors and there are stakeholders in the market, that is ethics committee, subject and regulatory body, investigator, contract research organization. Just 1 minute. You people are able to hear me or what?
Yes, Chitranjan, we can hear you nicely.
Murnal, are you not? Murnal, you are not able to hear. Hello. I think Murnal just pinged me. She is not able to hear me. Just let me check now. Okay. Murnal, are you able to hear me? Okay. Just 1 minute, huh? Sorry for inconvenience. Okay, just 1 minute.
Yeah, okay.
I think Mrinal, are you able to hear now?
Hello, Mrunal. I think she didn't
Uh,
disconnect because she is already there from last one or she connected again from other, I think,
yeah,
mobile or okay.
yeah,
Again.
yeah, Mrinal, are you able to hear us now? Mrinal, are you able to hear us?
Mrunal, you can type in the chat box if you are not able to hear us.
Okay, let her join again. Okay, she joined again. It's showing here. Uh, why is why is saying left call, join call?
Yeah, I think she's joining from laptop and mobile both, and one it is showing, and one it is disconnected. Nidhi also left.
I don't know what is happening. It was not happened previously, right? Okay, so let them join. Okay, let them join because see other are waiting. Okay, so there are some technical issue. Parinita, what you can do is you just write a message on the chat box so they can know. Uh, just guide them how to join. Okay, if any.
Yeah, sure, sure. Oh, again, hello, Mrunal. Why it is going? She's again and again connecting and disconnecting.
No, no, his system is not allowing her.
Okay.
Okay, let her join. Okay, Parinita, I'm giving her number. Okay, you
Yeah,
just call her. Okay,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
just one
sure.
minute. Just 1 minute. Okay, this session is for you guys. If you are not able to understand, then just 1 minute. Sorry, guys. Okay. Okay, Parinita, I sent you the message on the group. Okay, just call her once possibly. Okay.
Yeah, sure, sure. Okay, Chitranjan.
Okay. So let's start again. Okay. So are you able to see my screen?
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah, Chittaranjan.
Yeah, yeah. So here, see, see, we already passed almost 15, 17 minutes. So here we'll go one by one. So here, stakeholders in clinical trials. Okay. So there are some stakeholders always, there in clinical trials. That is called, sponsors, subject, ethics committee, regulatory bodies, investigator, contract research organization, site management organization. Uh, see, stakeholder in clinical trials means the the people, the organization, the group of people who are directly or indirectly involved in the activities. Whatever the activity is happening in the activity, if any person who are involved, even directly or indirectly, they are called stakeholders. They are holding the stakes. Okay. So if I'm talking about a sponsor, okay, so a sponsor who sponsor the trials. Okay, suppose I have one molecules and I have to test that molecule for the trials phases. So I'll be the sponsor who spend the money for my drugs, for my molecules. So I'll be the stakeholder, right? So likewise, subject, patient, ethics committee, everyone is a stakeholder, right? Now, laws and guidelines. So every clinical trials uh, uh, will be happen according to the law, guideline, and local regulatory bodies, no laws. So here, regulatory authority or regulatory affairs controls the clinical trials by implementing the law, global or local, considering the patient safety and well-being, like monitoring, inspection, etc. An example: US FDA, MHRA, CDSCO, HIPAA, TGA, etc. See, so what is the work for regulatory bodies? So regulatory bodies give the approval for any clinical trials. Okay, so when you submit the data to the regulatory bodies and ethics committee, they see the protocol and no investigator brochures and all, and after seeing everything, they approve the trial. Okay, so for if I'm talking about India, there are lots of discussion is happening in the market. Okay, so ICAMR in India, Indian Council of Medical Research, or CDSCO, or like in Indian are the Indian body who give the approval for any clinical trials who are going to conduct in India. So CDSCO is a regulatory authority body for India who give the approval for the clinical trial. Likewise, for Australia, TGA is a regulatory body. TGA means therapeutic good administrations. Likewise, for USA, US FDA is there, like United States of America Food and Drug Administrations. Likewise, every country has their own regulatory bodies who give the give the approval for clinical trial, or also they control the clinical trials by implementing the laws, which is directly considered for the safety and well-being of the patient. So they will not compromise any single thing for the safety of the patient. That's what I already told just now, just sometime before. We only and only consider the safety and effectiveness of the drugs and also the safety of the patients. That's what this is bit risky, the clinical trial, and considering current situations also. Okay, so this is what related to clinical research introductions and background. After that, before entering the electronic trial master file, we need to understand the ICS GCP things. Okay, so anybody who can tell me the full form of ICH? Anybody? What is the full form of ICH? Who will tell?
Hello, Chidaranjan.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, International Conference of Harmonization, maybe Concilia Conference. I don't know. Okay, sometimes
No, no,
change
no, no.
the
No,
Concilia
no.
Conference.
No, it's not sometime change. Previously it was something, now it is something.
Mhm.
Okay. So you have to understand, you have to learn this. What is the full form of the clinical trial? It's nothing like only three terms ICH. It's a big full form.
Mhm.
Okay. We have to
Yes,
learn
yes,
this.
yes.
In
Yeah.
anybody ICH full form? See, you people, we all are looking for our career in clinical research industry, right? And clinical research industry are entirely depends on the ICH GCP, or not only GCP, entire ICH regulation. Okay, not only E, also for Q, S, and M, that is quality, safety, efficacy, and multidisciplinary, right? So we need to understand the E6 basically. E6 is nothing but GCP, good clinical and practices, right? So what is the full form of ICH?
International Council of Harmonization.
That's it. Who? Mrunal?
Yes, sir.
Mrunal is okay. So it's not only this much, okay, that is okay, but its full form is the International Council for Harmonization of Technical Requirement for Pharmaceuticals for Human Use. Okay, this is the full form. Okay, not only the International Council for Harmonization. Okay, this is basically we always abbreviate with the ICH, then International Council of for Harmonization. It's not like that. Okay, we have, if someone asks you what is the full form ICH, you have to say them, okay, the International Council for Harmonization of Technical Requirement for Pharmaceutical for Human Use or Human Intended Use. Okay, so this is the full form. Okay, so here okay, so this is the full form ICH. So like why ICH required? Anybody? What is the purpose of ICH? Okay, so ICH will take another session because it will take some 1 to 2 hours for discuss only for ICH. Okay, so it's not like okay we can discuss for 10 minutes and okay ICH will complete. No, ICH will take I think no, not only 2 to 3 hours. It might take 10 hours continue call to understand the ICH, and that is also less. Okay, so ICH also a ocean. Okay, so here we'll talk about the GCP basically. So E6 is nothing but GCP. Okay, so whenever okay, let me ask you all. Uh, what is the guideline of the ICH and what is the principle of ICH? Anybody? Whatever we are seeing here on the screen, QSEM, quality,
This
safety,
is guide.
efficacy. This is guideline or principle?
This is guidelines.
Guidelines. Okay. Anybody? This is guideline or principle?
Yeah, this is the guidelines.
Okay. Guidelines. So what is the principle then? How many principles are there for ICH?
There is 13 principles
13.
for that.
Okay, good. Means you people have the basic understanding. Okay, good. So E6, see, whenever people ask you what is ICH E6 GCP, okay, you correct them. It's nothing like ICH E6 GCP. No, either you have to say ICH GCP or either you have to say ICH E6. Okay, E6 itself called GCP. Okay, it will not like okay ICH E6 GCP or ICH GCP E6. Okay, so E6 nothing but GCP itself. Okay, so this is what I need to know. You can understand you all. So E6 is nothing but GCP only. Okay, so recently, some 2 years back, ICH GCP has amended. Okay, that is called E6 revision 2. Okay, so again I'll send you all the this you can see here two PDF documents, right, at the right hand corner or left hand corner, right? So what was the changes or addition addendum in the ICS GCP part 1, sorry, revision 2, I have listed out here. Okay, so we need to understand the addition of the revision 2. So comparatively, if you compare the revision 1 E6 R1 and E6 R2, what all the changes is there? Okay, so here we have listed out the changes. So there are some 5-6 changes are there in sections: introduction, glossary, principle of ICGCP, and then investigator, and then essential document of the conduct of clinical trials. Okay, so these are the changes has happened in ICGCP revision 2. Okay. Okay, now eTMF part has come. Okay, so again, eTMF, see, basically, I'll tell you one thing. Okay, eTMF is also known as the document management. eTMF is also known as the clinical document management. eTMF is also known as the record and information management, and also eTMF called as a record management. Okay, it depends on the organization how they called. Okay, if someone is telling clinical document management is CDM, and that is that CDM, clinical data management, that is wrong. Okay, and one thing I need to understand, there are some confusion in between people clinical data management and clinical document management are same. Any idea it's same or it's different, and why it's different? Clinical data management and clinical document management. Last time we had session, I think last week, and I elaborately told you all, whoever has joined the last call, what is the difference between data and documents. Anybody? Anybody? Document. What is the data? Let me understand. Okay. Anybody? What is data? What is called data?
Basically, data is anything we receive from the patient, yeah, with some investigation report, anything we collected related to that, yeah, any matlab, we can say things we can, I can't explain it much, but from the subject, from the investigator, from the institutional side, from the investigation reports, from the lab, anything we collection is the data that is come in the data management.
Mm-hmm. I'm not talking about data management. You are somewhat correct only. Okay. How you people are going to define data? And no googling. Okay, please. Okay. So I'll tell you. Okay. Okay. So see, whatever the information. Okay. Uh, like suppose a census is happening. Okay. It's going to happen in 2021, right? Population census, Jansankhya. Okay. And people usually comes to our home, to our doorstep, right? And they collect some information. What information? Our details, every details, like okay, name, gender, father's name, mother's name, address, uh, gender, like each and every details as per the government guidelines. They they ask us, and they collect the information. So collection information, it might be a numeral value, it might be anything. Okay, that is called data. The collection of information, the collection of information, right? So that is called data. And data is the data is not only one. If something is one, if you are going to collect one data, that is called datum. Okay, so data itself called a huge group of information, that is called data. So here, if I'm talking about the document management, I'm not going to talk about the clinical data management here, but the document management and data management. So difference is the whatever the data, whatever the information we are collecting, and that information we are by the use of that information, by the use of that data, we are making documents, physical documents. That is document. And in document, the information is there, that is called data. Suppose one CRF is there, as you said, Santosh Raj. Okay, like CRF. So CRF is one document, right? It's not data. But in that document, the information which we have collected, that is called data, right? Understanding my point? Any
Yeah, understand.
confusion? So in CRF or
Understand.
any, yeah. So in any documents, considering SIM card documents or some, suppose you have no purchase any laptop or mobile, there are some one leaf will be there in the document, as a part of document, or like guideline what you have to follow for installation of laptop, TV, mobile, anything. So that information, leaflet is called a document, but in the leaflet there are some information. That information is called a data, right? So that is the basic difference,
Right.
and that's what
Right.
clinical data management is different, and clinical document management is different. So you no need to mix both things. Okay, clinical data management, where we play with the data. Okay, though we collect the data from the patient directly from the hospital or site, and that data will be playing with the database. Okay, softwares, and no, we'll do the analysis. So that is called clinical data management. And by the use of that data, we create the document at the sites, and then we play with the documents. That is called eTMF, that is called TMF, and that is called clinical document management. So there are huge differences between data management and document management. Understanding? Because
Yeah,
see,
Chitranja.
because in many organization, they even organization level people don't know what is document management and CDM. When I was working in Accenture, they have put eTMF in CDM department. I have asked them why CDM eTMF comes under CDM. This is not CDM. And they don't know what is RIM. They don't know what is clinical document management. Okay, so there are lots of misunderstanding, and no, that we need to understand. Okay, CDM is different, data management is different, and document management different, right? So clear as of now.
Yes, Chitranja.
Mrinal is there on the call.
Yes,
Yeah, thank you so much. I thought there are some every
no,
time
no,
some
actually, yeah,
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 yeah.
there is some issue with my laptop, so I have to connect it with my phone.
No problem. Okay, so here now we are going to talk basically about the eTMF, that is called Record and Information Management, that is called Clinical Document Management. As of now, whatever we talk, that is the basic outline and the background to understand the record management and to understand the document management. So record management is also called as record and information management is an organizational function devoted to the management of information. As I told you, okay, the collection of information, right? The management of information in an organization throughout its life cycle, from the time of creation or inscription of its eventual deposition. This includes identifying, classifying, storing, securing, retrieving, tracking, and destroying or permanently preserving the records. Okay, so this is the standard definition. If you read this, you might be confused. Okay, if you read this definition, you might be confused, but this is the standard definition, so I have written here. But at the same time, if you need to understand what is the clinical document management, record management, as what I said just now. Okay, so last line you need to understand here. Okay, you have to understand the last line. What is the last line? This one. Okay, so this includes identifying, classifying, storing, securing, retrieving, tracking, and destroying, or permanently preserving the records. Okay, so any question here in this line, the last line? I'll tell you how it will be. Okay. Okay, so I'll tell you now how it works. So how eTMF works? I have to start again from the beginning. Okay, so any clinical trials is happening. First of all, I need to understand you all. Clinical research happens at which site? Like hospital, right? That is clear, na? Clinical research study will be happening at the site or hospital. Okay. So
Yeah.
patient comes on a regular basis, right? So when patient comes, clinical research coordinator, that is called CRC, what they do basically with the patient and how documents gets generated. That question needs to be understand. Okay, so patient comes, we take the source data. Okay, you know the source data, what is called source data? Anybody? If you don't know, you can tell me. Okay, I don't know. Okay, there's nothing like, okay, if you don't know, then it's big deal. Okay, even when I was there back to 6 years back, even I was unknown with all the terminology. Okay, it's nothing like to be same or something. You don't know, you should tell. That's what you are joining this call, right? If you know, then why you should join? Understanding?
Uh,
Source data. Okay, let it be the clinical research. See, my the no like way of teaching or imparting the training is different than the market. Okay, we are not here to simply read the PPT and we'll go. No, if you don't understand, it's my duty to let you understand. It might take some 1 more hour, but okay, fine. There is nothing no problem in that. So source, forget clinical trials, forget eTMF. Okay, basic terminology, that is called source. What do you mean by source in English term? What is source?
Basically, the origin.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I can't speak much, but it is the original document, and that is main document from we are getting that
Okay,
information. That
okay. Anybody? See, as per the GCP, see, whenever no, so I'll give you the tips. Okay, whenever you go for interview, as much as you can use, you use the as per ICGCP, as per ICGCP. It will give you the better insight and better impression to the interviewer. But simply you can't say na like as per the ICGCP if you don't read, if you don't learn, right? So how GCP define the source document? So according to the GCP, source data as any information in original records and certified copy of original records in clinical findings. Understanding? If you want to write somewhere, you can write. As per the GCP, GCP defines the source data is any information. See, that's what is called information, record and information management. And why I'm talking about here the source data, because it's related to eTMF. And as per the GCP, the source data definition also consists with the record and information. That's what I'm focusing on, the source data. So source data as any information as per the ICGCP in original records and certified copy of original records of clinical findings, observations, and other activity of clinical trials. Means, suppose if some patient is coming to the site and at the same time any CRC is there who are working for any clinical trials like therapeutic indication like oncology or suppose okay neurology department, therapeutic indication, or anything, circulatory system or anything. Okay, suppose I'm talking about the oncology. Okay, so patient had come and this is the first time. So first time whenever patient come, we need to understand their details, right? So the original details whenever we write it, whether that is on paper or that is a piece of paper or anything at anywhere, whatever the information you are writing it at piece of paper or as a no big piece of paper, doesn't matter. That paper record is called as the source data, that is original certified copy. Understanding my point? Whenever whatever we are going to write first time, that is the original information, that is called source data, and on the basis of that source data we fill the CRF at the site. Okay, that is paper CRF, and at the basis of this paper CRF we fill the electronic CRF, that is called eCRF. Understanding my point, or any doubt is here? Let me know.
no second.
So
Yes.
collection of information, the original information, that is called certified copy, to the paper CRF, and from the paper CRF the electronic CRF. So that is the like no whatever that we have written in the paper CRF, we need to reflect as it is to the electronic CRF. Okay, and at the same time one more trick is here. Then you might ask question. I was waiting for a question. So whenever CDM people work in the ECRF, there are many times the triggers happen, the issues happens. Okay, and in CRF basis, on in CRF database, that is Inform or Ray or like any database. So that time if something happens, how they're going to check whether the detail is correct or not. So ECRF they have like enter the data on the basis of paper CRF. But in paper CRF, how they have entered the data on the basis of what? on the basis of source data, right? So that is called source data verification. Okay, that is called SDV, source data verification. And that's what the source data is very important in terms of clinical research. If you're talking about clinical research or eTMF, source data is important because if something happens, they will refer to the certified original copy. They will not refer to the paper CRF, because paper CRF also we have no made or entered the data from the source data itself. Understanding? So what is the use of source data? Why GCP defines source data, and why record information management is basically no originate from the source data? Understanding, or any doubt is here?
No, Chitranja.
No doubt.
Clear, right?
Yeah, clear. It's clear.
Okay, so as per, okay, so that's what. So here this include identifying, classifying. Okay, so identifying means what? We need to identify which document it is. Okay, and then once you identify, we have to classify. Okay, we need to classify this document where we need supposed to go. Okay, and then other suppose we have to classify this document, we need to store the document with high security, and then we need to retrieve the document, we need to track the document. Okay, whenever suppose auditor asks, okay, give me the no CV of Santoraj, give me CV of Nidhi. So we have no, if we have secured the stored the data and with proper classification identification, then only we'll go and check in one term. Okay, we should not go and search and search and search. Okay, so that's what classification and identification required. Otherwise, suppose Nidhi and Santoraj is CRC at the site, and suppose Mrunal and Parinita is PI at the site, and someone is sub PI at the site. Okay, and all the classification is different. Okay, 2 to 1. Someone is CRC, someone is principal investigator, someone is sub principal investigator. If you are not classifying the document, if you not identify the document, if you keep all the document with one form or with one file, then it will tough for no people, and when audit happens and someone asks, okay, give me one PI document and a CV and one CRC CV, and then we'll run around. Okay, from where we'll get, from where we'll get. So that's what identification, classification, and storing is important. That's if we do the identification, classification, storing, then we can easily track the document. Tracking the document means what? Whenever someone asks, okay, I want this document, we simply go and check the document, take the document, I will hand over the document. So that is called tracking. That is called easy tracking, right? So that's what this is important. Any question?
No.
Okay, so as per
No any question.
okay, as per International Organization for Standardization, okay, 2001, that defines record management as the field of management responsible for efficient and systematic control of creation, receipt, maintenance, use, and disposal of the record. Okay, creation I already discussed. Receipt means the we need to generate the document, how to maintain the document, how to use the document, and if document is not required no further, then we have to dispose the document, right? So this is the standard ISO guideline, that is International Organization for Standardization, that is ISO 2001 guideline for the recorded information management, that is for eTMF. Now coming to the eTMF and paper TMF. Physical document is called paper TMF, and electronic TMF is called eTMF. So this point at the left hand corner we already discussed: identifying the record, storing record, retrieval, circulating, and disposal. How about the electronic documents? Okay, so electronic documents is also refer to a digital record, are those record that are generated with and used by information technology device, that is IT device, that is called databases. Okay, so the general principle of record management apply to records in any format. Digital record almost always refer to electronic records, however, raise a specific issue. It is more difficult to ensure that the content, context, and structure of record. So this is what is the definition it is. Okay, we will not go more in definition. We need to understand what all it is. Okay, so whatever the document we are generating in the sites, that document need to maintain electronically. That document need to identify electronically, digitally. Okay, we need to store, we need to retrieve, circulate, and dispose electronically. Everything is electronically. Okay, digitalized. So that is called eTMF. Okay, so we'll see how it will be. Okay, so again, the first line we already discussed. Okay, so TMF. Okay, so TMF. Okay, this we didn't discuss. So here the important part. Now TMF. We discussed the TMF definition and how it will be. What is the structure of TMF and all. Now, TMF means what? So trial master file we know. Okay, but what is all the information? What is the all the no basic understanding about the TMF? So TMF is a collection of essential documents that facilitate the conduct and management of the clinical trials and allows that the integrity of the trial data and the compliance of the trials with the GCP can be evaluated. Okay, so in layman terms, we can say that TMF is nothing but the collection of essential data which needs to be there to conduct any such clinical trials, and that also allow the integrity of the data as per the ICH GCP. Okay, so what is all the here we have seen the two terms. Okay, compliance and essential documents. Okay, so these two terms we need to understand, because in clinical trials these two terms is very important. We should not forget by any means. Okay, so first we understand the essential documents. Okay, so anybody, what is essential documents? The answer is there in the first line itself. Tell me, what is essential document?
Essential document basically we need for that, any, just like just for example, essential document that is informed consent form. It is like protocol. They all are essential. Many documents are essential for conducted trial. We need at every step.
Okay, anybody?
Essential documents are
Uh,
those which are available at site and at sponsor.
Okay,
mhm.
good. See,
Individually,
go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, this is individually and collectively permit for the evaluation of clinical trials
Okay,
for essential
so
documents definition.
okay, so okay, see, again I'll tell you, my expertise and my way of teaching is different. Okay, I'm not telling okay I'm the best, but I'll tell you how. Okay, I'm not best, I know, but my no way of teaching or giving the session is different. Forget again the TMF, clinical, and everything. Okay, I'll tell you one thing. Okay, if something is essential for you, suppose your mobile. Okay, that is most important and essential for anybody in current situation, in current world, right? Mobile. So mobile is essential for everybody as of now. So what is the meaning of essential? Means you can't stay, you can't imagine your life without mobile. If I'm talking and tagging the word essential with the mobile for you, means you have to have this, right? Without this, can't be happen. Anything can't be done, right? That is tagging the essential. At the same time, everybody is a life science or medical background student. Okay, when we are in no plus not plus two, but in graduation first year, second year, we have learned the biochemistry and no molecular biology. In that biochemistry and molecular biology, we have learned the protein, right? Amino acid and all, right? So in that, no essential protein, essential amino acid, or no non-essential amino acid we have learned. So what was that? Essential and non-essential. So non-essential is something which is, who will tell me what was the concept? Anybody? Essential and non-essential?
This is basically essential things, essential document. That means at any
No, I'm
according
not.
to the trial.
I'm not talking about trials here. I asked to
Okay.
forget clinical research. Okay.
So I'm just
I want
okay.
I want to understand. I want to give you the clear picture of essential and non-essential. Then you will not forget this clinical trial essential document in life. So non-essential protein was there, which is not required to take from outside. Okay, usually we get the doctors ask us, okay, take protein. Okay, that is need for your body and everything, right? But there are so many protein which synthesize inside the body that is not required to have from outside, right? Because usually we have fish, or we have rice, or chapati, or any vegetable, fruits and everything. Okay, we usually takes. Okay, so that is in daily basis, whatever we used to have, in that our body synthesizes the protein inside the body, right? So that is non-essential body, non-essential protein or amino acid we generally don't take forcefully because our body synthesize from inside. Okay, but at the same time, if something which is not synthesized inside the body, okay, we need to take it by forcefully. Okay, that is essential to have. Likewise, mobile is so essential for me. Likewise, my family is essential. उसके बिना कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता, right? So essential means have to have. There is no other option. Simple, crystal clear. Okay, essential means have to have. That's it. If not there, means not happen. Okay, if charger is not there, then mobile want to be charged, right? Means for mobile, charger is essential to run. Likewise, if essential document is not there in clinical trials, means clinical trial will not run. That is the minimum requirement. Likewise, mobile charger is minimum requirement for mobile. Likewise, essential document is minimum required for conducting any clinical trials. That's it. Understanding the concept.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
So, as per the GCP, there are some minimum requirement of the data, minimum requirement of document, which is essential to conduct any clinical trials. That is called essential document. Okay. So there are you go and read the article 57 and article 58. That is some no reading part which we have no made here, like in this slide we already passed more than 1 hour. Okay, so there are so many things to go, so I'm not going to read again, because you go and write no Google article 57 and 58 for clinical trial, you have to understand. So there are some mandatory features for electronic trial master file and trial master file related to article 57 58. Okay, so you have to read it. So there are some regulations. Okay, so now coming to the essential document of clinical trials. So here also, if you read the first part, essential document for conduct of a clinical trial, means that is the minimum requirement. Okay. So essential documents are those documents which individually and collectively permit evaluation of conduct of a trial and quality of data produced. Means whatever a document, whether that is single document or whether it is a group of documents, it doesn't matter. Okay, but the essential document which permit the clinical trial or permit the evaluation of the clinical trials, which give the quality of data. Okay, so whatever data we are collecting in the site, which is generated by the patient data, patient source data, that will give the safety and effectiveness. On the basis of that data only, trial runs, and on the basis of that data only, we evaluate the safety and efficacy, because data is important for clinical trials, document is important, and so that document is what? That document is protocol. That document is investigator brochure. That document is informed consent form. That document is patient diary. That patient the document is I can say anything like IP accountability logs, or no subject identification log, or IP management, IP destruction. So there are lots many documents. Okay, so that documents permit the evaluation of the clinical trials that produce the quality data and that produce the safety and effectiveness. That is called essential documents. Okay, and the meeting of the requirement, that is important, because if something happens the site, if something no safety is safety is so concerned, so if something happens, then no auditor will ask you the original data. original documents. We need to produce it, right? So as per the GCP. Likewise, that these documents serve to demonstrate the compliance of investigator, sponsor, and monitor with the standard of GCP and will all applicable regulatory requirements. Means what? We are not going to produce any data at the site, any document at the sites without any regulatory requirements. For each and every document there are format, and how to generate a document there are regulatory a guideline. Okay, so according to regulatory guideline we need to follow that, and then we need to what to say, uh, like generate the data, right? And that is important because at the site the doctor, that is called principal investigator or investigator, are responsible for conducting any clinical trial, whole and sole owner. So that is also required to understand them. Okay, we are conducting clinical trial according to the protocol, according to the ICGCP, according to the local regulatory bodies, or according to the global regulatory bodies. Okay, so that is something important. Okay, so there are so many parts of essential document. I'll check. I'll tell you here. So they have bifurcated into three terms. Okay, so before clinical trials before the clinical phase of trials commence, during the clinical trial, and after the completion or termination of the clinical trials. Okay, so here I have uh, no just 1 minute. I'll open this link and I'll show you how it will be. Okay. Just 1 minute. So here I'll tell you something. At the page number uh, 6, slide number 6. No, not 6. Okay, slide number 6. See here, the changes in ICGCP revision 2, in last one. Essential document for the conduct of clinical trial 8.1. Able to see here down this one. My screen visible for you guys?
It's visible. Yeah.
Okay, so slide number 6, this point you are able to see?
Mm,
Last one.
Yeah. Yes.
So see here it mentioned the clinical, yeah, essential document of the conduct of clinical trial 8.1. So this is the changes and this is the changes descriptions. Okay. So addendum of the allocation, the responsibility of essential documents and the source documents maintain the sponsor investigator. Maintenance to the sponsor investigator. Here also is source document is, so I'll tell you. Okay, so I'll open this link and it will redirect me here. Okay, so okay, so this is the essential document. This thing. So here, this is the amendment. In that line which is mentioned over there, that is the amendment in this, and then that is 8.1 ICGCP, and then see here. It was written na addendum, right? So this is the addendum. Okay, so according to ICGCP revision 2, and if you go here, as per my slides, before the clinical phase of the trial commence, right? So here, before the clinical trial phase commence, okay, clinical phase of trial commence. So these are the list of clinical research document, the essential document. So likewise, the investigator voucher, signed protocol amendment, information given to the trial subject, that is called informed consent form, any other written information, advertisement for subject recruitment, financial aspect of trials, insurance statements, and then signed agreement between the involved party, that is stakeholder, and then dated documented approval of favorable opinion for IRB ethics committee, and then any other written information, institution review board, independent ethics committee composition, and then a regulatory authority authorization, approval, notification of protocol, CV of the principal investigator and sub investigator, as I said. Okay, lab range, normal reference ranges is there, medical laboratory technical procedure and test is there.
Ranjan,
Okay,
sorry to interrupt. आपका screen नहीं दिख रहा है. Whatever you are reading, I'm not able to see on the screen that.
why? My screen is already
I don't
sharing,
know,
right?
something. No, your screen is coming, but that whatever you're reading, that next part now, that I'm not able to see.
Okay, just 1 minute. Let me share again.
Yeah, now
Now,
it's fine.
okay. So here, see, as I said, I'll share the link, okay? And you go ahead with the link. If any doubt, you can ask me, okay? We are already, almost one and a half, one more than 1 hour
Yeah,
already
yeah.
over.
Go ahead.
Okay.
No, no,
So
go ahead,
this
go
is the
ahead.
link where, okay. So see, before clinical trials, before clinical phase of clinical trial commence, so there the list of document, that is essential document. As Mrinal said, the site and a sponsor need to maintain the clinical essential document, as she said. So she said correctly. So here see, investigator and institution means what? Investigator institution means either at the site or either at the institution. We need to maintain this document, particular document. And in clinical research, you have to understand this cross means yes, it's not means no. Okay, this cross check means yes, means that is required. Understanding? Don't get confused. This cross means what? Yes, because whenever you fill the form there are checkbox, right? In checkbox we need to cross. Understanding? So this cross means yes, means investigator brochure need to file at the site, investigator site, and as well as at the site of a sponsor, side of a sponsor. So a sponsor also need to file this document, and also the site also need to file the document. Likewise protocol also need to file at the both side. Likewise if you go down and down, I can tell you which document only need to file. Okay, so see here, institutional review board, independent ethics committee composition. That is mandatory for site, investigator site, but that is not mandatory for a sponsor where required. If they required, then they need to file. If they're not required, no need to file. Okay, so go to this link. Okay, I'm sending now in the chat box. Okay, any doubt, let me know. Okay, we'll discuss on this on the phone. Okay, I sent on the group chat. Okay, any doubt? So likewise, uh, here that was the during the clinical, before the clinical trial starts. Now during the clinical trial, okay, so means conduct of clinical trial. Likewise the same, and then last one 8.4, that is nothing but after the clinical trial, after the completion or termination of clinical trials. So these are the list of documents. So I have counted know how much the required essential document overall. So almost 53 or 54 documents are in the essential documents throughout. Okay, so that are the important one. Okay, so able to see my screen? Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, Ranjan.
Yes, yes.
Okay, fine. So coming to the next, uh, again here, uh, as per the agenda of the call, DIA. So DIA is who will tell the full form of DIA?
Ranjan, again, your screen is not showing the DIA, that one, that only essential documents is showing.
Just Just 1 minute. Now, now able to see?
Yeah, now, yeah, now I can see. And DIA is the Drug Information Association.
Okay, good. What is that?
Yeah, it is actually that if we are taking a form now, so take the case and record and the documents. That is.
Anyone can read. Mrinal, can you read this?
Which one?
This one, in 1964.
Okay, okay. In in 1964, DI was founded by 30 pharmaceutical professionals, medical writers, and academics after they saw the thalidomide issue as a global epidemic and saw the need for an organization that could foster cooperative efforts across the world.
Hmm. So, see, DIA is Drug Information Association, which was founded in back to 1964 by 30 professional, pharmaceutical and medical writer professional or academician. Okay, so DIA is nothing but is open platform. Okay, and now their number is huge, but when they have started only by 30 people. Okay, so they give the idea to the organization, to pharmaceutical industry, life science industry, R&D industry, and all, how to work, how to standardize the process and how to standardize the each and everything. So DIA is not limited to only record and information management, that is eTMF, but also to the other domain also. Okay, so I'll tell you here and DIA how they have involved and where they have involved. Okay, so clinical development and operation, patient engagement, preclinical and early clinical research phase, regulatory affairs, clinical safety and pharmacovigilance, medical affairs and scientific communications, value and accesses. Okay, so these are the domain where DIA usually works. Okay, so in terms of clinical document management, that is the no this record and information management (eTMF). Okay, how DIA are working and how industry are getting benefited by the DIA. Here I have mentioned DIA reference model implementation in eTMF. Okay, so first of all, what is the DIA mission? As Murnal said or read, DIA foster innovation to improve health and well-being worldwide. Okay, it was mentioned over there in the first line. So, what is the mission? So, mission is providing invaluable forums to exchange vital information and discussion to discuss the current issue related to healthcare products, technology, and services. Okay, as Mridal read like thalidomide issues, which was happened long back. That is also no epidemic or pandemic. Likewise, no, now it's happening the coronavirus COVID-19. So thalidomide tragedy is also one of the pandemic for worldwide, and that's what clinical and that time clinical trials started the working in a better way. Okay, so when something happens then only people start thinking, okay, this is what no happened and how we can overcome on this. And there are the current situation also you can see there are lots of innovation is happening in India and worldwide because this pandemic hits many things. Okay, economic and health crisis. Okay, so that is we'll keep apart. So DIA mission is something also the building, maintaining, and facilitating the trusted relationship with and among individual and organization that drives and share DIA value and mandates, and also delivering the customized learning experience, and also offering the multidisciplinary neutral environment respected globally for the integrity and relevancy. I'll show you something here. Okay, I'll go to the DIA site and I'll show you how it works. Okay. So DIA, so DIA, okay. So if you say here community, okay, if I'll go to the community page, will redirect DIA community, okay. If I'll sign in here, you are not getting bored, right?
Oh, Chitranjan.
Okay, so see here. So there are, so this is the DIA community
Okay.
where,
Not able to
yeah, tell
see.
me, not
Not
able to
able to
see?
see that. Yeah.
Why? Just 1 minute. Now?
I can see. Yeah.
Yes, Chitranjan. Now can see.
Yes.
Okay, so DIA community. So I have the members. I am a member of this DIA community from last 3 years. Okay, and I'm no involved in DIA different forum, and no we we get the no what to say monthly call from global leader and the yearly call roundtable meetings, and whenever the any update in eTMF regulatory bodies comes, they involve me also, and we discuss. We ask the question, they answer the questions. So this is the DIA community, the kind of forum, okay, where the thousand of people are involved from industry, top level pharma organizations, CRO, ITs, and all. And there are lots of webinar and lots of learning, lots of things is going on. It's not like okay, DIA is only limited to the eTMF. As I said, it's for entire life science healthcare industry and in regulatory industry and all. So here, if you see there are lots of discussion is happening, okay. So the topics: successful PM all hand call, so yeah, recording essential soft skills for program managers, okay. Pranita, this is important for you, okay. Read this: program manager, okay.
Yeah,
Essential soft.
Chitrajan.
Okay, so
Thank you.
here
Yeah.
is SAE reporting for subject who have suspicion for COVID-19. So see here. So this is the recent things, okay. And if you read this, you will understand. Okay, ऐसे ही बोले तो sub no serious adverse event, right? So this forum and this article is related to COVID-19, okay. And then again, if you read here, Zoom meeting recording for this, reminder call tomorrow. There are lots of happening, okay. Here even I have posted one post here. I'll show you here for my content. Okay, my post where it is. Okay, where to go? Just 1 minute. Want to show this because this is very important, and if possible take the membership of this. Almost if if you are taking the student membership, then it will cost you yearly 1,300, and if you are taking as a like a professional, it will take you almost 3,000 rupees per year, okay. So why is not showing? Hmm, okay, it's showing blog here, no one, where it is. Okay, I'll send you a letter. It's related to eTMF exchange mechanism standard. I have wrote one blog. Okay, here, but it's not. I'm not able to search here. I don't know why something happens. So this is related to DIA. DIA. I'll send you this link. Okay, go and read more about this DIA. And if you have any question, you can ask us. Okay, we'll be guiding you on this. This is a very important website and community where you can ask any question related to anything. Okay, and they are so keen to answer your queries. Okay. So that is what DIA. So DIA is one of the important forum, and also DIA community is one of the important forum. Okay. So coming to the slide, you are not able to see my slide, right? PPT.
No.
Yeah. So okay.
No, Chitranjan.
Let me share. Okay. Okay. Now you are able to see, right?
Yes, Chatranjan.
Yeah. So coming to the next slide, what is the agenda? Okay. Sorry. What is the this thing? What to see? Why eTMF is important? Okay. So eTMF is important. Why? So can you read one by one? Uh, Santoraj, you read 1 to 4. Then Murnal, you read 5 to 8, and Nidhi, you read 9 to 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Can I start?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Benefit first, the real-time tracking and viewing of documents. Benefit 2, easier to search and find documents. Benefit 3, shortened clinical trial time. Benefit 4, easier collaboration with IRB IACs.
Good.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Next, Mrinal, 5 to 8. 5 to 7 you read.
Increased TMF SOP compliance,
Hmm.
better visibility into key trial performance metrics, cost savings.
Okay. Nidhi.
Yeah, improve audit and inspection readiness and easier collaboration with CROs.
Easier collaboration with site. You missed that. Okay.
With
8 number.
CROs.
No, 8 number. Okay. No problem. 8, 9, 10. Okay. So why eTMF required? Okay. So question here. I'll tell you something. Can you tell me by seeing these 10 benefits? Uh, okay. Don't see now this. Okay. I'll hide this. Okay. Now tell me if any organization are using paper TMF, and if any organization are using electronic TMF, that is digital TMF, how and when and who will be leader in the market? Paper TMF and electronic TMF, which is more convenient and which is more important and which is more
Electronic TMF.
Electronic
how
trial master. I mean, is
how how
more
how
convenient.
how
Yeah, if
It was
paper, if we are
easier
doing,
and time
yeah.
convincing.
okay, good. What is the meaning of easier and time convenient? How you can, suppose I'm an interviewer, okay? I'm asking the question. Okay, I'm telling, okay, I have one organization who are using the paper TMF, and that is they are also doing great. And one organization people who are also who are having the eTMF, and that they are also working great. Okay, there are no findings at all. Okay, but if you have electronic TMF, okay, no, I'll give you the example like this. Okay, suppose I am using paper TMF. I am a one company. Okay, and you are the salesman, and you have the product that is called electronic trial master file product, ETM product, and you have to sell your product to me. Okay, but I am using paper one, and I don't have any issue, any compliance issue, anything with the paper TMF, but you have to sell your product. You have to convince me, sir, we need to take this, then you will be your organization will be working good and blah blah blah. Okay, how you are going to convince me over my paper TMF your eTMF? How you convince me? Tell me how you will sell your product to me. Anybody, anyone?
If you are using paper TMS, that will take more time to that adding the things, remove the things, whatever we have with the bring in the documents, right? But in that electronic, it will be easier, time saving, and there's a cost saving also as compared to the if we are want to any approval, anything we have to send other country, and so it will be easier for us. because we can directly mail and we can do it. But the paper, if we post it, they will pick it up and they will do the correction and they will send it. Is again is the time taking. So and for that recording purpose also is very good in the eTMF comparative to the paper eTMF. So many things. It is better.
Okay. Okay, fine. Santoraj, you want to sell your product to me.
I don't know. Sorry.
Just now you read the 10 benefits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, it's always okay to say no. Okay, nothing like that. No, to be same or something. You don't know if you said no, and you said that's great. Okay, Mrinal, how you are going to sell your product?
Sir, like eTMF, it saves time. Then
Hmm.
there are less chances that the data, like data will not get misplaced. Like there are
Hmm.
less chances of data being get misplaced.
Okay.
Then there is cost saving. Yep.
Okay.
Yes, that's all.
Okay. See, being a sales manager. Okay. There are something we need to take care of. Okay, first you have to understand the requirement, and then you need to give positiveness of your product. Suppose they are using paper TMF, you have to point out. Okay, suppose as you said, the cost benefit, time saving and all, but you need to make them understand how they are going to time save. Okay, so and cost saving. So suppose same trial is happening in India and USA and Germany. Okay, and if paper TMF is getting used, getting implemented in the system organization, and suppose the same document need to be tracked in the US and Germany, uh, how we are going to say, how we are going to send. There are two options. One, we'll send it by courier. That will take some couple of days, 10 days, 20 days, 30 days, 1 month, 2 months, we don't know, right? According to the distance and countries, right? So that is one no, no, one way of sending the document. Okay, and second way of sending document is fax, right? So fax. So fax is also time consuming and lots of cost is involved in that. Okay, but at the same time, if we are going to implement eTMF and are also, as Nurnal said, misplace. So if you are using the paper TMF, I worked in a hospital and I manage the paper TMF, and I can easily say, okay, at the site, people are not that so organized and not that so organized to maintain the file at the site. Okay, the site file is something where we need to maintain the site documents, but sometimes what CRC does, they mix the document from the sponsor site. Okay, and also CRO document. So it's very tough to track the document. As I said, tracking is important, right? Storing and tracking is important. As I said, for the eTMF, whenever we're talking about the eTMF, the tracking and storing is important. Tracking means whenever someone we need to track the document. We need then and there. Okay, it's not something like we take some no half an hour and 1 hour to search one document. Okay, so misplacing, this is also a drawback. Okay, so if you are using the eTMF, we have some certain criteria. Okay, how to storing the document, how to track the document. I'll show you how. Just one example. Okay, we are running out of time, but okay, no worry. Just one example. PIA model. And see, you people need two more session on this to understand no end-to-end no TMF. This is I told you, this is not something we can conclude within a 1 hour or 2 hours. Okay, TMF reference model 3.1. Okay. Are you able to see my screen or what?
No,
No,
yeah.
Chitranja.
No?
One.
Just 1 minute, huh? I'll see. Now you are able to see?
Yes, Chitranja.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Excel is opening, right?
Yes, Chitranja.
Okay, just 1 minute. Okay, so this is the DIA reference model matrix tools for TMF. Okay, so if I'm talking about, okay, so just we'll go to the just unrated CRM. Just one example I want to give you. Okay, or audit certificate. So here, what is the use of electronic? So this is the trial master file reference model where we can store the document. We can classify the document according to the need. Okay. So suppose audit certificate is there. Okay, one document audit certificate. Okay. So as I said, classification and identification. Okay. So this document as
Chittaranjan,
per this. Yeah. Hello.
I'm not able to see. Sorry.
Not able to see. Excel is not
No.
open.
Same, same here.
Not able to see the screen.
Oh,
Yeah.
just 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Huh? There are some issue in this one. Okay, fine. Now,
See.
Fine.
Yeah.
okay. So see, as I said, classification and tracking and identification. Okay. So first was identification. We need to identify, and then only we need to classify, right? Without identification, we can't classify. Correct. So this is the artifact, that is document name, that is called audit certificates, right? So we have identified this document on the trial management zone. Okay. And under trial management zone, we have to classify this in trial oversight. Okay. So if you see here, if I'm giving one more example for you, something called bioanalytical report, suppose. Okay. So see here. So bioanalytical report comes under the central trial document, right? That is the zone number 2. Correct. So that is the identification of this document. But for audit certificates, the identification of document is trial management. Understanding? And then once you identify this bioanalytical report and the central trial documents too, then we have to classify into the report, because this is the report. So this is called 2, 3, and then under which artifact, under which document? So under the second number document. So that's what this is name is called as 232. Okay. So I'll give you one example. Suppose and one more thing. Whenever we use the eTMF, the same structure will be there as it is. This structure. Okay. So suppose someone who are so new, okay, at the site, and at the site someone ask him or her, okay, I want one document 243. Okay, he don't know what is 243. By seeing this in the system, okay, whatever you are seeing, this will be same replicated to the system in database. Okay, so what the person will see, they will take the number that is 243 and they will copy and paste here. Okay, 242, right? And then enter, and then they will understand, okay, this is bioanalytical report. Okay, and they will download the document from the system and they will produce the document. Understanding? So how important it is to understand the classification, identification, and storing, and then tracking. Understanding this, and at the same time you can read here the no definition of this document. So bioanalytical report definition is something to persist to present and summarize the relevant top-line findings of the bioanalytical aspect of the interim or the final analysis, and may include PK analysis and or reports. And also you can see here we have talking about the ICGCP. Okay, so for this document, see that this is the unique code, okay, unique ID number, and where we have to file this document. So this is a sponsor document. So a sponsor document will be filing here, but this will not file at the site level. So investigator document, no. Okay, so you can see here all the information about this, right? So how electronic document and electronic trial master file is important, you can see here. Any doubt? Understanding my what I wanted to understand you understand, right? Or any doubt is here, or any question you can tell.
No, it's fine, Chitranjan.
So this is very important. So this is the trial master file reference model. So again, I'll tell you, trial master file reference model is only for reference. It totally depends on the organization whether they are going to implement this reference model or not. If they are going to implement this reference model, whether they are going to implement 100% or they want to use something their own, so they can edit this, they can update this according to their need. It's nothing like, okay, whatever written there, that is Ramban. It's nothing like that. Okay, they might update this according to their need, or they might use as it is according to their need. Okay, so this is what DI reference model metrics tools. Okay. Now coming to the last slide, I think so. Where it is, just okay. So this is the important things what you have read it, the benefits, the real-time tracking and all, as I have told you, the definition and scenario-based example. Last one is as per the agenda, this one, the TMF tools. Okay, so these are the tools, that is Viva Vault, Wingspan, Montrium, and Flex Global. Okay, and these are the organization name: GSK, Novartis, Acera, AstraZeneca, Astellas, Bayer, Biogen. Wingspan, who used Icon, Pfizer, Genucia, IQVIA. Montrium, Sinochem Pharmaceutical, in Symbiosis, LMK Clinical Research Consulting. Then Flex Global, Bayer, Ro, NHS. Then Pfizer, Genozyme, Genzyme, and Purdue. So these are the software database which is used for the electronic trial master file, and which is used by the different organizations. Okay, so for this, for in next session, if you people wanted to understand more about record management and eTMF, there are 30-40 more slides are there, which I have which I didn't add here because of time limitation and restriction. Okay, if you want to understand more about electronic trial master file for further after this, then we'll conduct one more session, one or two more sessions, so you can be understand end-to-end eTMF. Okay, because we can't conclude one session eTMF, to be frank, because again at the first slide only I have written the eTMF is ocean, and it's kind of you have to spend more time to understand this. Next time if session is happening, I'll guide you how to track the documents and how to QC the document. Suppose any document is getting generated the sites, and that document come to the organization like TCS or IQVIA or any company, and the document management QC reviewer or QC data analyst or eTMF specialist, how they work, what is the data point, how they review the document, how they quality check the document, how they control the documents. Okay, so those things will be taking care in the next session. If you people want, then I can arrange one more session. Okay, so this is all for today. Thank you, and if you have any question, you can ask. Are you able to see my screen, right?
Yes, Chitranjan.
Yes.
As of now, clear things, but we will see the quality control and quality review session also further, more detail.
So in eTMF, if you want to learn more, because I was thinking to take this today only, but we already about to pass 2 hours for this session. It was arranged for 1 hour and 15 minutes, but no, for early discussion and due to some technical issue, it takes 2 hours to complete this only. Okay, so if you want to understand the real-time scenario, how eTMF people works, then let me know, and then we'll try to arrange one more session. Okay, as of now,
Yeah.
it's all good. Okay, and if you want to understand, if you have any question, please ask now. We have, I'll give you 2 to 5 minutes so we can discuss if you have any questions on this. Anyone, any question? Santor,
As of now, no
Santor,
question.
okay. The Mrunal, you have any question? Santoraj?
No, no. As for now, no question.
Okay. Risu, are you there? Risu, are you there?
Rishu is on mute, I think. Rishu,
Hello?
you can unmute
Yes,
yourself.
yes, 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 Risu, are you there?
यस सर
हाँ, कोई कुछ क्वेश्चन है भाई, बता दो. If you have any question.
नहीं सर
Okay, good. Santoraj, you have any question? So can we bind up this session now? Then
Sure, Chethan.
Sure, sure.
okay, okay. Thank you, each one of you, and please message me if you know wanted to understand more about eTMF. Then if number is there, well, at least 3 4 number is there, then only we can schedule the sessions, and then again we'll talk on this. Okay, further. The real-time eTMF reviewer and quality controller, how eTMF people works and industry works and everything. Okay, thank you each one of you, and again happy uh, International Clinical Trials Day 2020. Be safe, be home, don't go outside until you have any required things to buy or anything. Okay, and if you are going outside, use mask and sanitize the hand and regular hand wash and everything, whatever the precautions and measures are there from government guideline. Please maintain all those things, because it's very tough time for all of us to overcome on this pandemic, and hope everything will be sort like overcome soon. And being a clinical research professional, it's our duty also to protect someone's health. If someone are not following the guideline and all, please let them understand what is the how important this is to be followed. So it's our duty to let them understand. So please be home, be safe, be healthy, and thank you so much for this time. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, bye bye.
Bye, Chitranjan. Bye, Pandita. Thank you all
Thank
for the
you.
session.
Thank you. Bye bye.
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 Bye. Thank you.
Bye.